Huh?
Shot.
Now what?
You need.
That's fine.
Why?
One beer.
The Black Keys we got a song for people to come back.
Gracias, Javier.
What is that? Oh, look at the tree. Stay, stay. Oh, ducks. Hmm?
And some guys.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see what we have here,
Yes. Let's hurry.
What?
Boat. Yeah, it's all see. There.
I guess there as well.
What a river.
It didn't record. Can you imagine? It was not recording.
Why?
No, no.
Just I guess this side will be nice.
Now, as we exit out of the convention center extension, you'll be able to see the bronze statue of San Antonio. He's coming in view directly in front of us. The statue was a gift from Portugal to the city of San Antonio for the 1968 Hemisphere World's Fair. Now, San Antonio, or St. Anthony, he's actually the patron saint of lost things. We're now at the second of our 3 tour locations. Now this one's called Clearwater, which is located right next to River Center Mall. Now do remember that all 3 of our locations will give you the exact same tour, just at different spots for better convenience. Now this one's a fan favorite since it's got the beer and the booze located right next to the line.
Oranges.
The mall's going to be our dead end up ahead.
Such a waste of
That music
fruits.
playing in the background is a style of music called Andean fusion. We have the band playing daily unless weather permits. Now, cool thing about these guys, whether you got one guy playing or the whole team, each one can play up to 3 instruments at once. Now, a common question we get asked down here a lot is the San Antonio River a real river? Yes, it is. It actually begins 4 miles north of here, though. It's located at a spring at the University of the Incarnate Word. This spring, it is called the Edwards Aquifer, and that's actually a large underground limestone lake that's over 180 miles in length. Now, there are parts of the aquifer where the bottom has never been found. Great setup for a horror movie. The aquifer furnishes all of the drinking water for the San Antonio metropolitan area. Our next site will be a little hard to see at first, so bear with me. Coming up on the right, if you look just past the lamppost and above the wall, you'll see the top of St. Joseph's Catholic Church. The cornerstone of St. Joseph's was set back in 1868. This church features Gothic-style architecture and displays stained glass windows from Munich, Germany. It's even got paintings by the church's third pastor, Father Henry Peppercorn. Now, if any of you get a chance to visit the church, do ask about their special services, especially the fourth service of every month. That's actually done entirely in German. Now, if you know anybody looking to move to San Antonio, you can check out our Chamber of Commerce, am I right? Now, these guys can make the transition a lot more smoother for you. If you're not that much of a people person, you can also check out their website. Now, that is sachamberofcommerce.org. Coming up straight ahead, we're slowly approaching the restaurant, Casa Rio. Now, Casa Rio happens to be the oldest restaurant on water level, opening their doors up back in 1946. Now, they pioneered all of the activities involving our riverboats as well as riverside dining. Now, they're still owned and operated by the same family. So if you had a chance to eat there and you had a great experience, or a bad one, they ain't changing. coming to the last of our 3 tour locations. Now this one's called Historia, and it's located right next to the Palacio del Rio Hotel, which is the giant building to my left. Palacio del Rio means palace on the river. This hotel was built to accommodate the 1968 Hemisphere World's Fair. Now this was a modular project that used pre-made concrete construction. What that means is, if you look at the rooms carefully, they just look like a bunch of big blocks stacked on one another. Think of each room as a giant Lego piece. All of the rooms were made in southern Texas, fully furnished. Then they were brought here and assembled here like a big house of Legos. Doing it this way, it only took 202 working days to create, making its way into the Guinness Book of World Records. Now, up ahead, we're going to be driving through the Arneson River Theater. You can see the seating area to the left, stage to the right, mosh pit in the middle. Now, it doesn't look it at all, but they can actually seat up to 800 people comfortably at this theater. Now, it was built between 1939 and 1941 as part of the Riverwalk beautification project, providing you folks with entertainment all year round. Now, as far as entertainment here, we've actually had professional bands being played here, local school bands, we've had weddings on this stage, theatrical plays, belly dancing, falconry. We even had a scene from Miss Congeniality on here. You name it, we most likely done it. Now, also coming up on the right, we got the Briscoe Western Art Museum. The museum originally started off as the San Antonio Public Library from 1930 to 1968. Now, since then, the building's been restored and remodeled, and the museum now houses paintings, sculptures, saddles as well as spurs. It's got Santa Anna's sword, Pancho Villa's last known saddle, as well as an interactive diorama of the Battle of the Alamo. Now, they usually have free admissions Tuesdays from 4 to 9 p.m. Now, up ahead to the right, you'll see the metal sculpture on the small island. The sculpture is called Father Massenet's Table. It was placed here back in 1991 to commemorate a mass conducted by Father Damien Massenet on June 13, 1691. Now, when the missionaries passed through the area, it was on the feast day of San Antonio, so they named the river and eventually the city in his honor. The little island that the statue is on, this is also called Marriage Island. We have around 5 weddings a month on it, as well as a lot of marriage proposals. Looks like we got a groom and bride to the right. We're gonna sew photo album. Sir, I saw that up front and you are a wild card.
What do you do?
Give him the bird. Now straight ahead past the bridge, you'll see the red building with the green rooftop. That place is the Bexar County Courthouse. Those guys have been in business since 1896. The building is made out of granite block and veneered with red sandstone. It's actually one of the oldest continuously operating courthouses in all of Texas. The giant building to my left, this is called Tower Life Building. Now, the octagon-shaped tower distinguishes itself from all other high structures in the United States. It stands 30 stories high. It's about 404 feet tall. It's decorated with gargoyles at the very top, and you can see grotesque faces decorated along the second floor windows.
Oh, yes.
Now, the building opened up June 1st, 1929. It's a fan favorite during the month of October.
I wonder why.
Now, a lot of people feel tempted to look up when we go underneath this next bridge. Please do not do that. We do have a lot of birds roosting under here, but they're not that welcoming. Now, the giant building to my right, this is called International Center. This also used to be our public library, but from 1968 to 1998. Now, as of today, it houses businesses for the United States, Canada, Mexico, as well as the San Antonio Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'll be following my buddy up ahead out of Floodgate 4. Now, a little side note, Floodgate 4 is one of 5 gates down here that helps control the water levels inside the downtown area. Now, this one has a crest-shaped design that could act as a dam. It could actually come out of the water like a drawbridge, or act as a passage gate like it's doing right now. The green light above it tells us it's safe to pass over. It actually has nothing to do with traffic on the river. Now, the natural flow of the San Antonio River travels left of Floodgate 4. It travels 138 miles southeast of here. Now, it joins the Guadalupe River. Then it flows 10 miles more into the Gulf of Mexico. About 200 yards down, there's a 15-foot drop. Then it continues on to the King William region. So we ain't going that way. I know, right? As far as this section of the river, the area is called the Flood Bypass Control Channel. Back in September of 1921, a severe storm came over the San Antonio River and the Olmos Basin. Now, the flooding down here was so bad that the water rose 4 feet above the guardrails and the bridges ahead of us. There was over $1 million in property damage and 50 people lost their lives down here. Now, since the incident occurred, the city of San Antonio came together with the Army Corps of Engineers to come up with a plan for flood management. Studies showed that by straightening out the river and isolating the river bend would help greatly in managing any potential future flood thereafter. So in 3 years' time, they cut out a huge chunk of earth from underneath us in this section of the river to straighten us out. At one point, we're level with the streets here. Now, as a side effect of doing all of this, we're officially in the deepest part of the Riverwalk. This section's about 15 to 18 feet deep, but only here. Coming up on the left, we have Main Plaza. When we have things going on like Fiesta, this is where most of the action takes place. The Main Plaza was established back in 1731 as the first municipality in Texas. Now, they got a makeover back in 2008 with the help of private donations combined with people's investments. The project was called the People's Plaza. They have activities 7 days a week for the whole family. It's fun and it's free, or so I'm told. We're going to be entering Floodgate 3 to the right. Now, this gate's very unique out of all the other gates down here. This one's chain-driven, where the door is housed above the wall. Now, that door weighs approximately 3 tons. Takes 15 minutes to completely open or close. And it works alongside gates 4 and 5 to manage the water levels inside the riverbed. Now, as soon as we enter, this all turns into a big one-way street throughout the whole horseshoe. So Floodgate 3 is the beginning of the downtown area for the boat captains. Now, coming up to my left, we have the Drury Inn and Suites Hotel. This building opened up back in 1921 as a city public service building. Now, if you look carefully through the big windows, you're going to see the chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. When the massive flood passed through the area back in 1921, the water rose above the chandeliers, almost going to the next floor above. Now, the water was around 8 to 12 feet deep on the streets. Now, despite the damage, they fixed up the building and even added 3 more floors to the structure of it back in 1927. Now, by the mid-50s, the building was bought and remodeled with commercial offices. It took on the new name Petroleum Commerce Building. Slowly coming up on my right, last but not least on our tour, where I picked you up from, Aztec Theater. Now, the Aztec Theater opened up back in 1926 as a silent movie theater. Sadly, this place is the last Aztec themed theater in all of Texas. Now, they don't show movies here anymore, but they do live performances from bands from all over the country. Now, we've had Danzig play out here. It's a Theory of a Dead Man, Los Lonely Boys. It's a pretty open venue. Well, ladies and gents, our tour is coming to an end. I hope you found it relaxing as well as informative. After you please remain seated while I get us safely docked and tied down. Everybody have a good time? The energy's giving me chills. All right. Well, do double check. Make sure you got all your belongings with you. If you got any trash, we should have a trash can somewhere near the docking area. For a job well done, our drivers do appreciate your tips and gratuities. Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and just have a safe and wonderful evening. Now, once again, my name is John, and it was a pleasure spending this time with you folks. For all of you out-of-towners, I hope you enjoy your stay here. Do come back and visit again soon. And for all you San Antonio locals, thanks for showing us the love. We greatly appreciate it.
I can Google Riverwalk Mexican food. You want? Can you be my bag?
Wait.
about 17 feet deep on your guys.
There's another one.
No, these are begging.
I'm in restaurant.
Hi, Michael.
If you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask. I'm sure somebody can answer your question. Yeah.
Same thing. Okay,
Here
I'm
comes
going to
him.
wash my hands.
Okay.
Oh no! I didn't press again. Yes. Hola. Hola. Ah, I see it. Wow. How nice.
What?
Just blocks away.
What?
Our car. Which side they were? This side?
Right. Right side.
Right side.